May 18th, 1933. Dear Martin, I'm in distress at the reports that come pouring into us from the fatherland. Are things really as bad as they're pictured? A terrible pogrom. That is the consensus of our American papers. I know your liberal mind and warm heart will tolerate no viciousness, and that from you I can have the truth. Aaron Silberman's son has just returned from Berlin, and had, I hear, a narrow escape. The tales he tells of what he's seen are not pretty ones. Floggings, the forcing of quarts of castor oil through clenched teeth, and the consequent hours of dying through the slow agony of bursting guts. These things may be true, and they may, as you've said, be but the brutal surface froth of human revolution. Alas, to us Jews they're a sad and familiar story, and it's almost unbelievable that the old martyrdom must be endured in a civilized nation today. Write me, my friend, and set my mind at ease. Grisel's play will come to a close about the end of June after a great success. She has had an offer for another role in Vienna, and also for a very fine one in Berlin for the autumn. She's talking most of the latter one, but I've written her to wait until the anti-Jewish feeling has abated. Of course, she has her stage name, which is not Jewish, but her features, her gestures, her emotional voice proclaim her a Jewess, no matter what she calls herself. Forgive me, my friend, for so brief a letter, but I cannot rest until you've reassured me. Pray do so at once. I am ever your faithful, Max.
Dear Max, you will see that I write on the stationery of my bank. This is necessary because I have a request to make of you, and I wish to avoid the new censorship, which is most strict. We must, for the present, discontinue writing each other. It is impossible for me to be in correspondence with a Jew. If a communication becomes necessary, you must enclose it with the bank draft and not write to me at my house again. As for the stern measures that so distress you, I myself did not like them at first, but I have come to see their painful necessity. The Jewish race is a sore spot to any nation that harbors it. I have never hated the individual Jew. Yourself I have always cherished as a friend, but you will know that I speak in all honesty when I say I have loved you not because of your race, but in spite of it. The Jew is the universal scapegoat. This does not happen without reason. But if I could show you, if I could make you see the rebirth of this new Germany under our gentle leader, not for always can the world grind great people down in subjugation. In defeat for 14 years we bowed our heads, but now we are free men. We rise in our might and hold our heads up before the nations. We purge our bloodstream of its baser elements. I'm sure that you will not see how necessary is all this for Germany. You will see only that your own people are troubled. You'll not see that a few must suffer for the million to be saved. You'll be a Jew first and wail for your people. This I understand. It is the Semitic character. You lament, but you're never brave enough to fight back. Alas, Max, this will pain you, I know, but you must realize the truth. There are movements far bigger than the men who make them up. And as for me, I am part of the movement. Heinrich is an officer in the Boys' Corps, which is headed by Baron von Friesche, whose rank is now shedding a lustre upon our house, for he comes often to visit Heinrich and Elsa, whom he much admires. Myself, I am up to the ears in work. I regret our correspondence must close this way, Max. Perhaps we can someday meet again on a field of better understanding. As ever yours, Martin Schulze.
August 1st, 1933. Martin, my old friend, I'm sending this by the hand of Jimmy Lederer, who will shortly pass through Munich on a European vacation. I cannot rest after the letter you last sent me. It is so unlike you. I can only attribute its contents to your fear of censorship. Does the man I have loved as a brother partake of even a passive partnership in the butchery of innocent people? I trust and pray that it may not be so. Write me. No exposition which might be dangerous for you, only a simple yes, and that will tell me that you play the part of expediency, but that your heart has not changed. This censorship, this persecution of all men of liberal thought, the burning of libraries and the corruption of the universities would arouse your antagonism if there had been no finger laid on any one of my race in Germany. You're a liberal, Martin. I know that you cannot be swept away from sanity by a popular movement which is so much that is bad about it, no matter how strong it may be. I can see why the Germans acclaim Hitler. They react against the very real wrongs which have been laid on them since the disaster of the war. But you, Martin, have been almost an American since the war. I know that it's not my friend who has written to me. Eagerly, I await the one word that will set my heart at peace. Write your yes, quickly. My love to you all. Max.
Dear Max, I have your letter. The word is no. You are a sentimentalist. I am an American liberal? No. I am a German patriot. A liberal likes to make a big noise about freedom of speech. And what is freedom of speech? Just the chance to sit firmly on the backside and say that whatever is being done by the active man is wrong. I know the liberal well because I have been one. Let the powerful man arise. Let an active man start to make a change. Then where is your liberal? He is against it. Oh, he loves words and high-sounding precepts, but he is useless to the men who make the world what it is. These are the only important men, the doers, and here in Germany a doer has risen. A vital man is changing things, and I join him. I am not just swept along by a current. The useless life that was all talk and no accomplishment, I drop. I put my back and shoulders behind the great new movement. I am a man because I act. You say we persecute men of liberal thought, we destroy libraries. You should wake from your musty sentimentality. Does the surgeon spare the cancer because he must cut to remove it? We are cruel. Of course we are cruel, but we rejoice. Germany lifts high ahead among the nations of the world. What can you know of this, you who only sit and dream? You've never known a Hitler. He is a drawn sword. I must insist that you write no further. We are no longer in sympathy, as now we must both realize. Martin Schulze.
September 5th, 1933. Dear Martin, enclosed are your draft and the month's accounts. It is of necessity that I send a brief message. Greisel has gone to Berlin. She's too daring, but she's waited so long for success she will not relinquish it and laughs at my fears. She will be at the König Theater. For old friendship's sake, I beg of you to watch over her. You are an official. Go to Berlin if you can and see whether she's in danger. It will distress you to observe that I've been obliged to remove your name from the firm's name. You know who our principal clients are, and they will touch nothing now from a firm with a German name. Your new attitude I cannot discuss. But you must understand me. I did not expect you would take up arms for my people because they are my people, but because you were a man who loved justice. I shall not write again. Goodbye, my friend. Max. May 18th, 1930.